What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. So here we are, the newest update on Kawhi. And as of yesterday, he actually did some practicing with the team, which is very encouraging, very encouraging. Ty Lue said he did like about, one quarter of practice. Wasn't nothing really like, a lot of, practicing. But I mean, it's really just getting him back acclimated how he was, right before he went out on the March 31st game that they had. And he's really just trying to, they're just ramping him up to get his rhythm. And that's very good news because it definitely allows it to be, a situation where it's possible he cannot actually play on Sunday, I think, when they play against the Mavericks. And it's a very possible chance he can actually make that game. Now, I said before that, Kawhi is one of the best players in the league. So with that being said, of course, to me, I think he's the best player in the league. But if the Clippers have to go game one without Kawhi Leonard, I'm not going to say the Clippers are not going to win game one if they don't have Kawhi Leonard, but they definitely need a Herculean effort from everybody. If so, because Dallas is a juggernaut. They really are. They got a lot of good, pieces that fit well. They don't have like a lot of great players, but the pieces fit well with Dallas. And Luka's definitely coming into LA trying to make a mark. So, the Clippers definitely have to be ready for any jab or any uppercut that the Mavericks try to throw their way. And having Kawhi Leonard definitely makes it a lot better for them. And I definitely think that, based upon what I'm hearing right now, it's a good chance. It's a very decent chance that I would say that Kawhi Leonard is going to play. Now, there has been some inflammation, of course, in his knee. And it's been, reported that, there are some concerns about it because, the swelling hasn't went down as much as they would have liked it to, by now. And it's been, more, several days for the fact that, that his knee wasn't, he wasn't able to play. So, I mean, a lot of people probably thought by now it went down a lot more. But from what I'm hearing, it's been went down significantly enough to where he can at least, play on it. And, so he's played practice, with the team at least one quarter. And that's pretty much what they're looking for. They're really just trying to get him back acclimated, ramp him up, get him going how he was, because he hasn't played basketball and it seems like a long time. It really hasn't been all that long, but it's been long enough. It's been, several weeks. So, I mean, you definitely have to get ramped up in regards to playoff basketball because it's tougher than the regular season. If this was a regular season game, he probably would just maybe even be ready to play now, what I'm saying? Just keep it moving. But the fact that it's a playoff game, you got to be ready for that. You got to be more, your mental has got to be different. And we all know when Kawhi goes into the playoffs, he likes to be right as much as he can because he goes out there and give everything he has, because we know playoff Kawhi is real and playoff Kawhi can overcome a lot of things. Even the great Luka Doncic would say, playoff Kawhi is real, because all the greatness that Luka has given us in the first round against the Clippers in years past, the claws always came out on top, because, I mean, it's just his greatness is a little bit better than Luka's. And a lot of people might look at it differently or something like that, but it's not really nothing different to look at. Kawhi is a better player than Luka Doncic, and he always has been. And to me, he always will be, because Luka, one thing he doesn't play defense. And like I said, he's one of those type players where he's offensively inclined, and his ball usage sometimes is really, really the Achilles heel of the team. But now they got Kyrie and they figure some things out. They're definitely playing a lot better. But I still think the Clippers overall, of course, have the better team. Like I said, even without Kawhi game one, they still got the better team to me, because, I mean, I just don't trust all those other guys on the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, if you trust Luka and Kyrie, that's one thing, but all the other guys, I don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. So, I mean, the Clippers definitely have to make a statement either way, but I definitely think that we're definitely a lot closer to, Kawhi possibly returning or coming into the first game of this series and being able to play, because that's encouraging news. Hopefully he can ramp it up a little bit more each day. Hopefully that he can, get going to the point where he's just, ready to, attack and, going downhill and not really worrying about the knee and kind of, get the treatment and stuff he need, which I know he's been getting that anyway. But hopefully, everything will just fall right into place as it's supposed to, because in the playoffs, you don't want nobody missing any games, because every single game is crucial. I don't care what, team you're playing. It's a 7-game series for a reason. Every single game is crucial. You know what I'm saying? So like having everybody there is vitally important for this team. I know it's kind of bad, the fact that, Kawhi, kind of got hurt a little bit at this time specifically. So, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It is. I mean, it's definitely not something I wanted to hear, and definitely not something nobody else wanted to hear or see. We just hope that Kawhi is, right and healthy right before, it's time to, play Sunday's game. Because, I mean, the Clippers have went through a lot of issues, through over the years, and any type of setback for the Clippers is just going to be a monster negative, for them. And, especially, with Kawhi Leonard specifically. So, we don't want to hear no more bad news about him and Paul George. We want to see what they can do, all together, especially them two together, because them two together deserve to be on the floor together and give this team a lift, give this team an opportunity to win a championship, because it's just like those two players are special, especially, Kawhi Leonard, and if they put this all together, everybody knows what they can do. They can definitely be right there with the Denver Nuggets and all the top teams. So, I mean, we're rooting for Kawhi. We're rooting for the Clippers. We definitely rooting for everybody to be healthy and be out there, because, I mean, this is just not good that, this injury kind of happened right towards the end of the season. But the good thing is the fact that it did happen. If you look at the positive side, like I said, he's been out since March 31st. So, I mean, he's been out, about, a good 15, 16 days. He's been out, a while, so it's like when we think about that, it'll be about 20 days, actually, when you think about going into Sunday, because Sunday, I think, is the 20th. So he would have been out close to 20 plus days. So that gave him time to rest. That gave him time to, let the swelling go down a lot more. It would have been a lot worse if he injured it maybe last week or something like that, trying to go into, next week's game or something like that against the Mavericks. So, I mean, time has kind of passed and the swelling has went down a lot where he is practicing. He's not practicing all 4 quarters, but I mean, practicing 1 quarter with the team and getting his win back and getting him kind of going a little bit. That's definitely what we want to hear. Definitely we want to see, and definitely want to see him possibly out there Sunday to give the Clippers a chance to win.